All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Brian Otten. I'm the marketing manager at the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce, and as you may know, our Small Business of the Year awards are coming up later next month on Tuesday, May 10th. This morning I'm speaking with Jerry Brickner and with Kent Olson, and Jerry and Kent are involved with WATEA, so we're going to talk about that organization. They're finalists in the charitable nonprofit category for this award, and good morning, guys.
Good morning.
All right, so tell me, Kent, tell me about WATEA.
Well, it's the Wisconsin Automotive and Truck Education Association, and we're about 21, 22 years, I think, going on formally. It's an organization that formed out of partnerships of business groups, that same business guys showing up at all the meetings together. And when we'd show up at a meeting, and it'd be the same guys, and we'd be at NTC, or we'd be at Wausau East, or we'd be at DC Everest, or any of the other organizations. At some point, Jerry and I got together along with a group of other business leaders in the community and said, why do we keep having the same meetings and talking about the same things at every one of these places? So we decided to make a organization and kind of organize as business partners, and have learned to work that even though we're competitors, we work together for the greater good of the community and the greater good of our businesses in partnership with education. And so that's kind of how it was formed.
Nice. And Jerry, the need for workers in the automotive industry, it sort of mirrors the needs that's out there for a lot of industries. What was it, I guess, that sort of coalesced this group? Where other industries that are challenged by the same sort of workforce issues, that hasn't happened maybe yet. What was sort of special about this group that came together?
Well, NTC, North Central Technical College, had programs out there for the automotive technicians. They had it for auto body, they had it for the parts, they had it for diesel programs, and they were slowly dissecting them. Diesel went away, parts went away, and we got involved saying, you know what, guys, we need automotive technicians, we need body technicians, we need to make this program work. Well, they look at things a little different than we do as far as how they assess a program. So basically, industry driving education is what happened. We got involved, we got with the presidents out there. I think we went through 4 over the years, and we always had to plead our case on why it was important to keep these programs going. So we took NTC from basically going to get rid of the automotive technician program to promoting it in the high schools, the grade schools, and we actually took it to a waiting list to get into that program. So the need went from a couple of students to, holy cow, we've got to expand this program. Then they built on, they expanded their program, they got bigger, they got larger, and so we drove that program to make it happen.
Cool. And now this WATEA began when?
Formally in 2000, I think.
Okay. And so we're 22 years into this. I guarantee that you've seen some real, results. Can you give me an anecdote, about maybe somebody that's a success story that came out of the program?
Well, I can tell you that part of our partnership has been in developing what's called the Youth Apprenticeship Program in the state of Wisconsin, in partnership with the Department of Workforce Development. I can tell you that as an example, the pride that I speak of is that I've had over 30 youth apprentices that have gone through our program. They're not all employed with me.
Sure.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Some of them have gone to Jerry's place. Some of them have gone to other facilities in our community. There's 1 or 2 that have already gone in and opened their own businesses. Mm-hmm. So the success story for us is the fact that we've been able to help grow not only our own businesses and our own technicians in our own world, but we've grown the community. And the community is better because of that. In addition to the other things that we're involved with, which we haven't touched on yet, but that's the nonprofit stuff where we're actually helping the community and some of the underserved people.
Sure. Well, Jerry, how about you? Any particular anecdote come to mind, from over the years being involved?
Just like Kent said, we get these students out of NTC, and you know, they're basic mechanics. They come into the business and I have, like Ken said, I've had over 30 in there, probably half of them have been retained. But I look at some of my top techs that came through MTC, came through our program, came through my program, because once they get to us, then it's a whole nother level of training.
Sure.
And that's what's fueled our employees.
That's great. I mean, that's a huge success story. Well, anything else that you'd like to add, or that those that are watching should know about the organization?
Kent, why don't you hit on our philanthropic stuff that we do?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the neat parts about this whole process is that, as most businesses in this community do, we get asked over the years to help somebody who has a need, a transportation need. And early in our years, probably 15 years ago or so, when it's always Jerry reaching his back pocket, or me reaching my back pocket, or Mike Mahler at Auto Select, or any number of the members that are part of our organization. And we do encompass almost everyone in our community, the Cassurat groups and Fred Miller's and the independents like Auto Select and myself, Greaseback Auto, and some of those organizations. But we all help people because they're downtrodden, or they have financial needs, and transportation is a major obstacle for most of those people. The second half of that is, we really don't want the schools competing with us on retail customers. We don't want them working on your
Sure.
vehicle. We don't want them working on the teachers' vehicles per se. That's our clients.
Yeah.
But they need real life work to work on. You know, I use the analogy, you go to medical school, they have to work on a cadaver.
Right.
They have to cut apart a body. Well, so because we had this, we kind of developed a program called Wheels to Work. So Wheels to Work is an idea that says, they need real life work. Why don't we take some of those needs and incorporate those under our leadership? So we'd still have a senior technician who would mentor them or inspect the vehicles, and then we get real life work out to the students. And it's worked very, very well. We've helped a lot of people, a lot of families. We then expanded that program a little bit to where we actually get donated vehicles, donated as a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. And what it ends up doing is that donated vehicle gets taken through the program, refurbished or made mechanically sound, and then awarded back to those people after they've gone through some classroom training, some financial literacy. We've built great partners. If you look at the partners we have that are part of that Wheels to Work program, it's just about every charitable organization in the area. And all those leaders have worked together with our leadership to develop this ability to overcome transportation as a major obstacle. And it's been a tremendous success story.
That's great. That's a really powerful example of what people working together can do, and really kind of solve an issue for the community. That's great. Well, thanks guys. I appreciate the time. And this is the first of what's going to be a series of sit-down live interviews with the finalists for this year's awards. We'll do another one today at 10 a.m. and with Inspired by Design. And then 2 o'clock we'll be over at Lamb's Fresh Market. So encourage you to tune in for those. Encourage you to register for the Small Business of the Year Awards. If you haven't been to that program, it's a very fun kind of true awards program. Melissa Langben and Brad Hansen will be the MCs for that program. It starts at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, May 10th, out at the Hilton Garden Inn in Red Mountain. So you can visit wausauchamber.com to make those arrangements. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Kent. Thanks Jerry.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay.